Earlier this week, we had this amazing natural phenomenon. I hope you guys got to enjoy it. It was the eclipse. And just before the eclipse happened, you saw all these optometrists and stuff getting on YouTube, Facebook, and they were saying, be careful how you handle this situation. Enjoy the eclipse, but don't look at the sun too much. Make sure you got your glasses on to see that sun, because just a few seconds of exposing your eyes to that sunlight will destroy them permanently. Just a few seconds. This thing is a giant raging ball of fire millions of miles away from us. I don't know how far it is. It's way out there, though. We can feel the heat of it today if we walk outside. And seriously, just a couple of seconds of looking at that thing will destroy these. How awesome is the sun? How powerful is the sun? But who made it? Who's behind that? If you can't stand to look the sun in the eyes for 2 seconds, what makes you think you would stand against God? If you're in rebellion against God, what makes you think you could look him in the eye and say, it's your fault that I did such and such. It's your fault that I left my family. It's your fault that I was drunk my whole life, or whatever stuff that every one of us deal with. Is anybody going to be able to say that to God? Is anybody going to be able to look him in the face and say that he did something wrong? Guys, it's not going to happen. One day, every tongue will confess that Jesus is the Lord. One day, every single one of our knees will bow before him. We won't be able to stand in his presence. He's too awesome. He's too mighty. And Job, I believe some of the genius behind Job is he knew that. He said, God made me. God crafted me. I don't owe him anything. And this is what I think of myself too. God crafted me. Every single breath that enters my lungs, every day of my life was a gift from God. And actually for 17 years, my lungs were contracting and expanding with air. I didn't use one breath to praise Jesus Christ. 17 years. That's called long-suffering. Actually, that word doesn't even cover it. God is long-suffering with us. So generous, so gentle with us. 17 years, my heart beat hundreds of thousands of times, and not one heartbeat was for him. Does he owe me anything? No. He's God. I would go so far to say this. If God wanted to create me for no other reason than to put me in hell today, he could do that. What am I going to say against him? He could do that. But here's the truth, the beauty of God's word. He doesn't want to do that. He could do that to any one of us. He doesn't want to. He loves us. In fact, he'd rather die than to see us go to hell. He'd rather die than to be separate from us. That's how much he loves us.